Greetings, my name is Andrew Schaeffer, Director of Music here at Lutheran Memorial Church in Madison, Wisconsin. Here to bring you this week's edition of Hymns of Hope. If you've seen these videos in the past, you'll know that it usually consists of me pontificating about a certain hymn that has a story behind it that speaks to us today and offers us a word of hope. And then I play a setting by a composer on either the piano or the organ. Today, though, I am left speechless, as I'm sure many of you have been left speechless by the events of the last few days. It has been difficult for us to watch as our own community of Madison and communities across the United States, and indeed I've heard reports of across Europe too, being torn apart by racial divides, by socioeconomic divides, and to have this well up in such a ultimately violent way is very disturbing indeed. And of course, like many of you, I've watched in absolute horror the video of the death of George Floyd, our brother and a beloved child of God. And it's hard to make sense of all of this, I know, and I don't have anything to offer that will make sense of any of it. But a hymn did come to my own mind, that is, All Who Love and Serve Your City. This is a hymn written in 1966 by Eric Routley, who, even though this was his first hymn, went on to write many other classic hymns of the latter part of the 20th century. He was considered by many to be the greatest hymnologist of the later part of the 20th century. Eric was struck by a current event that had just happened, and that was the October's 1966 Hunters Point race riots in San Francisco, a situation not dissimilar to the death of George Floyd. And instead of offering a meditation or a theological reflection on this poignant text that he penned, I'm going to let this hymn do the preaching for itself. I'm very thankful that one of our members, Michael Heggeseth, has joined me this morning, that's when we're recording it, to bring this hymn to you. It's one that we probably don't know terribly well. The tune is a little unfamiliar, but again, I think this hymn will speak to us in a very profound way today. If you have an ELW, you can find it at number 724, but it has a different tune to it, a newer tune that was written by Paul Weber. We are actually going to use the old Lutheran Book of Worship, and it is number 436. So you can look up the text. The text is the same between the two books, but the tune is the one we're using. And the tune from LBW is the one that Eric had in mind when he wrote this hymn. So I pray God's blessings upon you and upon the situation, and know that we here at Lutheran Memorial stand in solidarity for those who are working for peace, justice, and reconciliation among all peoples. We stand in solidarity with the family of George Floyd.
In your day.